Hello, I'm Skewclip, and today I'll be telling you how Elden Ring DLC characters would react if you came out to them. Ranked, of course. Since uploading my NPC and boss tier list for the base game, I've received several requests for a DLC edition, and today is that day. Before we begin, I have two apologies to make for sins I have committed. First, to Mohg the Lord of Blood, as he has in fact now beaten the allegations. And second, to Witch Hunter Jaren. I was previously unaware that Jaren had any fans, but I have since learned that every single one of them on the internet found my video, and I will now apologize for putting him in F tier, as he did deserve better. Full disclosure, I have not beaten the final boss of the DLC yet, so go ahead and tell me to get good in the comments. However, I have watched several playthroughs and done lore research. My usual disclaimer, this is completely my opinion. And as a gay person, my opinion is 100% correct. And a final note, this presentation assumes that you are coming out as bisexual. We'll start off in F tier, the characters you should never tell. At number 44, dead last, we have Fire Knight Queeline, who would tell you, "Mark my words, graceless heathen, you shall never be accepted as long as I live." Bold words from someone who is so obviously gay for Mesmer. He's a pretentious asshole who's religious in a bad way, and he's also the undisputed winner of the Fuck-Ass Bob competition. At number 43, we have the Black Jail Knight, who would say, "This guy is homophobic, but not because of his personal beliefs. He's just a hardcore American conservatism fanboy. I don't even know how he learned about the USA, but he now loves cosplaying having Second Amendment rights with his AR-15 crossbow." At number 42, we have Bale the Dread, who would tell you, "I know what you are, you and your gay agenda coming to corrupt my children." Bale is incredibly homophobic, and a big departure from the rest of the dragons. He's permanently uninvited from all Farum Azula family reunions because he started a fistfight with his cousin Placidusax over same-sex marriage. He now lives alone in the wastelands of Phoenix, Arizona, posting QAnon conspiracy theories on 4chan. At number 41, we have the Greater Potentates, who would just sharpen their knives menacingly. All of these guys are creepy and evil for what they did to the shamans. They're very bloodthirsty and bigoted, and that extends to you. They also remind me of Dialos, who I'm still sad about, and they're so much worse in comparison to him that they get demoted even more down on the list. At number 40, we have Jory, the Elder Inquisitor, who would tell you, "I expected that, but you know what nobody expects? The Spanish Inquisition." Jory uses holy magic. Is an Inquisitor? Yeah, he's homophobic. This guy learned about the Spanish Inquisition in 6th grade history and thought, yeah, career goals. It's really a pity he's in the lands between instead of on Earth, because he would have loved Catholicism. At number 39, we have the Lamenter, who would tell you, "It's Godfrey and Marika, not Godfrey and Radagon." An item description states, "In their foolishness, they viewed true bliss with deep fear, and that applies to their own sexualities as well." I feel pretty bad for them since they're obviously closeted, but they're pretty homophobic regardless of their reasons. At number 38, we have the Horn-Sent Grandam, who would tell you, "You rotten strumpet, be gone before thou spoilest the family name." She thinks you're choosing to be gay just to be edgy and calls you a slut for it. She's actually bisexual too, but is in complete denial because she doesn't realize that all that lesbian sex she had in college counts. Up next we have D tier, the characters you avoid telling. At number 37, we have Logar the Beastclaw, who would tell you, "You know, sometimes when you cage the beast gets angry." He is kind of feral, maybe not homophobic, but will immediately try to rip your throat out, so not worth telling. At number 36, we have Curseblade Labyrinth, who would tell you, "That's an abomination. Stay away from me. Keep it to yourself." They have dark, obscure, and self-flagellating dance rituals, so it's safe to say they're into some pretty kinky stuff, and they're probably pansexual. However, they're also very repressed and hate themselves, and by extension, also hate you. At number 35, we have the Erdtree avatar, who would just writhe around uncomfortably. I mean, look, just a sad little flower. She has gone a bit insane after Mikola cast aside his great rune. Doesn't really care if you're gay, but does want to spike you with her thorns. At number 34, we have the Putrescent Knight. Oh, sorry, wrong game. Anyways, it does look like From Software finally felt bad and gave Orphan of Cause a sibling. This guy just hates you for beating up his baby brother in Bloodborne, and I mean, you kind of deserve it. At number 33, we have the Red Bear, who would say, "I'm gayer," and roar angrily. I mean, he's a bear. And he used to be a red main, so he could have been cool like Radon. He is lost to madness now though, and will just bite you regardless. So, not the worst, but you might get rabies or something. At number 32, we have Rakshasa, who would tell you, "Just look at you. It's like your parents couldn't pick gay son or thought daughter and chose both by accident." She's pretty bloodthirsty and will come for your throat. She can come up with really creative insults, but she also takes a lot of extra damage, so if you can think of even one mildly good comeback, she's done for. The epitome of can dish it, but can't take it. At number 31, we have the Hornsent, who would tell you, "Intriguing, but I do not wish to kindle friendship. What remains to be said? Do not interfere with my revenge." This guy hates the Golden Order, and you're being guided by the grace of gold, so he will kill you, but not specifically for being gay, just as part of his revenge. He's actually probably gay too, but he's busy on his revenge quest, so he'll think about that later. Up next we have C tier, the characters you tell, just to see. At number 30, we have the Chief Blood Fiend, who would tell you, "What are you doing in my swamp?" They serve the formless mother like Moog, so they're not homophobic by religion. They don't really have the mental capacity to understand homophobia, but if they did, a solid 60% of them would already be gay for each other in some way. They really hate you for invading their bloody swamp, though. At number 29, we have Demi-Human Swordsmaster Ons, who would tell you, "Yes, sure, but what has it got in its pockets is precious." I mean, you find him in a cave, a scraggly creature that jumps around wildly. He isn't necessarily homophobic, but he will kill you if he thinks you are interfering with his precious. We should all be glad Elden Ring switched from rings like the other Souls games to talismans, or we'd all be in danger. At number 28, we have the Sword Hands of Night, Anna and Jolan. They would tell you, "I've no interest in small talk. My only concerns are the concerns of Count Emir, and you are not among them." These two have quite a sad backstory, being raised in a jail just to be trained to kill. And they may not be supportive of you, but you can't really blame them. They have some stuff going on. At number 27, we have the Furnace Golems, who would tell you, "You're gay? Oh, wonderful! Would you be willing to go on record stating that for my diversity initiative?" They are just so excited to get a gay person to put in their flaming basket. They mostly only have Hornsent corpses in there right now, but they're looking to expand their collections. At number 26, we have Crucible Knight Devonia, who would tell you, "I'm so glad I'm not gay. Limp wrists could never wield my hammer." She's out looking for the origin of the Crucible, minding her own business. And things were more fluid in the Crucible era, so gayness doesn't really bother her. She has internalized a lot of harmful stereotypes about gay people, though, and because of that, she hasn't realized she's a butch lesbian yet. At number 25, we have Black Knights Edred and Garu. They would tell you, "I could tell you were a just by looking at you. Bro, chill." These battle-hardened knights are busy committing a genocide, so they're pretty evil. They would both be extremely homophobic, but Garrow is a frog, and as we all know,
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the friggin' frogs gay!
So now they're kind of conflicted and only medium homophobic. At number 24, we have Rolana, the Twin Moon Knight. She would say, "Oh great, another one of you," and smash a moon into your skull. She was unfortunately in love with a twink who obviously wasn't going to be into her, so now she low-key resents gay people. She's not the worst though, just going through it. And now a word from today's sponsor. Want a break from the ads? Well, that's too damn bad, because From Software will be putting them in their boss fights until the end of time. Let's take a moment to appreciate Renala's Sweetings, Jory the Elder Inquisitor's Summons, Commander Niall's Bandaged Knights, Commander O'Neill's Soldiers, Esgar the Priest of Blood's Dogs, the Tibia Mariner's Skeletons, Meter and Count Emir's Hands, and the Demi-Human Queen's Demi-Humans. And now, back to the video. Next we have B tier, the characters you tell if it comes up. At number 23 we have Count Emir, the Mother of Fingers. He'd tell you, "It is a pleasure to have you. You might as well put it out of your mind though, there is more important work at hand." This is a guy who gives birth to fingers that's pretty queer in some way. He's outwardly friendly to you, but if you get in the way of his plans, he'll turn on you pretty fast. At number 22, we have Midra, Lord of Frenzied Flame. He would tell you, "I am glad you must endure in silence no longer. It is truly a curse." Midra has gone through a lot, to say the least. He has a lot of sympathy for you, but he's also trying to plunge the world into chaos now, so not exactly best friend material. At number 21, we have the Divine Beast Dancing Lion. They would tell you, "Oh my god, slay queen." These are two guys dancing together. They're obviously gay. Do we even know if they're wearing clothes under there, though? It just keeps getting gayer the more you think about it. At number 20, we have the Deathrite Bird, who would tell you, "You're gay? Hey, that's cool, me too." Oh no, is that a Bible advertisement? Run! They're definitely gay and quite goth as well. However, they have so much religious trauma. They literally take psychic damage from being near a church, so take them to therapy, please. At number 19, we have the Falling Star Beast, who would bark excitedly. I mean, look at him, he's just a little guy. I bet if you fed him some glintstone crystals, he would play fetch with you. He might knock you over, but it's because he's excited to see you. At number 18, we have the Death Knights, who would tell you, "Hell yeah, dude," and give you a big hug, accidentally killing you. These guys are followers of Godwin, so they're chill with other outcasts, and they use dragon cult incantations, and ancient dragons are generally also supportive. Their grabs are just more deadly than they realize. At number 17, we have Ancient Dragon Man, who would say, "Chat, is this based or what?" Hit the gritty and then do a backflip. This guy may be ancient, but he's not any more mature for it. He probably turned into a dragon as an adolescent and never aged past that. Up next we have A tier, the characters you don't mind telling. At number 16 we have Redmane Freya, who would tell you, "Ah, well met, just like General Radahn, the Great Lion. It heartens me that another warrior like him stands among us." She respects you for your fighting ability above all else, and appreciates that you're like Radahn in that way. Overall, she's solidly supportive. At number 15, we have Commander Gaius, who would tell you, "That's great. By the way, did you know that I'm the new ambassador for this great game called World of Tanks?" As a bulldozing pro, it shouldn't be any surprise he was offered that sponsorship. This guy is Radahn's bro, and an Albinoric, so he's pretty chill with you. He's a great guy, but kind of annoying about his new brand partnership. At number 14, we have Moon Irithil, the Carrion Knight. She would tell you, "Okay, do you want a round of applause or something?" She is busy gatekeep gaslight girlbossing for Rolana right now. And there's actually a few different ways I could see her reacting, honestly, so I don't know for sure, but what I do know for sure is that Moon Irithyll is a woman with a giant sword, so no matter how she reacts, it's gonna be kinda hot. At number 13, we have Dryleaf Dane, who would just pat you on the back, encouragingly. He's a follower of Mikola, so he naturally supports gay people, and he didn't mean to, but that pat on your back just broke like 3 ribs. At number 12, we have the Dancer of Rana, who would tell you, oh cool. By the way, do you ever go dancing? I could take you to an event this Friday. She always likes to practice leading dance as well as following, for the experience. Definitely not because she wants to dance with other women. She's gonna realize she's a lesbian in like 6 months max. At number 11, we have Mesmer the Impaler, who would tell you, well, thou art gay, it seemeth. All of us stripped of the grace of gold shall one day meet death, you know, you're not special. This guy has mommy issues to the max. And he will kill you because America said so, not necessarily because he dislikes you personally. He's not outwardly as homophobic as he could be, but the internalized homophobia is real. At number 10, we have the Dragon Communion Priestess, who would tell you, warrior true, follow your desire, and emerge victorious. As a worshipper of Placidius acts, she's pretty cool with gay people. Even if she wasn't, though, she's just a very nice and genuine person. A little dramatic, but it's in an endearing way. At number 9, we have Tialie, who would tell you, good for you, here's to new beginnings. My burden is, I simply cannot help thinking of Saint Trina. I would sacrifice everything just to gaze upon her one last time. Tialie's devotion to Saint Trina is giving Yuri vibes, not gonna lie. He has, like, negative self-esteem right now, but once she realizes some things about her gender and discovers lesbianism, she'll be a lot more happy and comfortable. And now we have arrived in S tier, the characters you tell right away. At number 8, we have Meter, Mother of Fingers, who would gently sing Good Luck Babe by Chapel Roan to you as a lullaby. She is the patron saint of lesbians, and is very motherly as her name suggests. She would be quite supportive. At number 7, we have Moore, who would tell you, thank you friend, kindly Mikola's love covers all, and love banishes all pain, and then hand you a shiny rock he found. Moore is the actual best friend you meet in the realm of shadow. He directly cares for the hated outcast forager brood pests, and you can just tell he's a safe person to confide in. At number 6, we have Needle Knight Letta, who would tell you, oh wow, just like kindly Mikola? That's so cool. Would you like to tell me about it over dinner? She's really into how you're gay, just like Mikola, and crushes on you for it. She could flip on you at any second and kill you, but she's hot, so you'll hook up with her anyways and take the chance. At number 5, we have Saint Trina, who would tell you, I'm so glad you are freed from a prison of secrecy. That is no life at all. She's non-binary herself, and just the sweetest. She's personally having a rough time after being cast away by Mikola, but she still finds the time to be very supportive and kind to you anyways. At number 4, we have Sir Ansbach, who would tell you, Righteous Tarnished, it is a great honor that you have unburdened your soul to me. I am glad to be of use. I stand behind you with all my support. He is extremely respectful and understanding, and also bisexual, but he generally prefers to go by unlabeled. Yeah, I know what you're thinking, but he's probably out of your league, to be honest. At number 3, we have Romina, Saint of the Bud. She would tell you, oh, that's wonderful. I'm so glad you felt safe enough to tell me. I, too, have embraced my differences, and give you a free 8th. As an outcast herself, she has lots of sympathy for you, and she'd post this on her story the next day. At number 2, we have Promised Consort Radon and Mikola. They would tell you, hey, my consort and I saw you across the bar. We were wondering if you'd be interested in a 1,000-year voyage guided by compassion. They're out unicorn hunting, but Radon is kind of out of it. Mikola's the one in charge. They're obviously very gay, but they're only interested in using you to absorb your powers to spice up their relationship. You will absolutely get your heart stolen and then get ghosted if you fall for it. So they're definitely not homophobic, but watch out. And last but not least, at number 1, we have Egon. He would tell you, did Bale say something rude to you? He did?
Curse you, Bale! I hereby vow you will rue this day.
Egon is the ultimate hype man. He will never let someone disrespect you. Bale being homophobic is only a fraction of why Egon hates him, but it's still in there, and that's what counts. He's really one of the best friends and supporters you could ever ask for. And after all, maybe the real shadow of the Erdtree was the friends we made along the way. Well, thank you for coming to my TED Talk. Thank you for watching, and I hope you had a good time. Thank you greatly for all of your support, and please comment your ideas and headcanons too. You are all very creative and hilarious, and I love reading them. Please also comment video ideas, as I currently have plans for future tier lists, including Bloodborne and Elden Ring Spirit Ashes, but I would love more. And if you enjoyed, feel free to like and subscribe to be notified of my upcoming videos.